From a small town in Maine to the lights of Bangkok, it's the love of the game that has taken Jose Nouchathavong on a journey around the world. Jose began playing basketball as a child and would work his way onto the roster of a local community college before going on to play for the University of Southern Maine. At a crossroads, contemplating a transition into the workforce, fate intervened with a unique opportunity, a chance to travel to Laos and proudly represent his heritage as a member of Team Luang Prabang in the Thai Basketball Super League. Basketball has taken Jose to places like Indonesia, Malaysia, and even Armenia, but in his heart, there is still unfinished business. His goal is to represent Laos at the SEA Games alongside fellow Lao-American Bobby Syvanthong.
We're gonna have to count how many letters with this. 1, 7, 2. Yeah, bro, 15 like mine. Mine is Nouchanthavong C. That's 15 too.
Yeah, it's a lot. It took
Yeah. Cool. All right, guys. Hey, welcome to another episode of C4 Podcast. Welcome to the year. This is our first episode, C4 Southeast Asian Athlete Achievement Through Adversity. My name is Coach Andetka. If you guys haven't already, please like, comment, share, tell your friends. If you know anybody that would be great, that a great athlete, a great interview, please message us on Facebook. It's Lao-American Sports. Instagram, Lao-American Sports. Lao-American Sports Hall of Fame is our website. We have an amazing guest today. I'm gonna let my co-host John Messina introduce him to you, but this is gonna be a great interview, guys.
Yeah, we are excited about the guest today. He's a pro basketball player. If you follow our pages on Facebook, IG, or have checked out our website, you've seen him profiled on there because he's been doing some incredible things. But before we jump into the interview, just want to remind everybody, we officially got 501c3 nonprofit status for our new nonprofit, Lao International Sports NFP. Check out the page on our website related to that, laoamericansports.com/LIS. We're going to be doing some really cool things. 2025 seems like it's a long way away, but we're going to start working towards the 2025 SEA Games in Thailand. My daughter will hopefully be making a return appearance. We're hoping to bring a much bigger athlete contingent. And one of the athletes we'd love to see there is on here today, Jose Nouchathavong. He's a basketball player. He's played over in Southeast Asia. He's played in college here in the U.S. But we could use some support. So please check out that link. We will be asking the public, the community to help contribute because we got to pull a little money together to get the organization fully up and rolling with some of the fees and stuff, as well as starting to build a fund so that we could take athletes from the U.S. Laos has very limited funding and help support them and get them to Thailand next year because it's rather expensive and a lot of us, we have to fund it ourselves. Laos just does not have the budget, but it's going to be awesome. We're hopefully coming out with a mini documentary. We had Boy Sinharat and the Sab-ID Corporation crew come film last SEA Games, and we're working hard to get a mini doc out to document our journey and show you guys. But with that, we're going to jump into the interview. Ko's going to go ahead and ask our guest here, Jose, the first question and get it going.
All right, Jose, and be free to just talk, right? But tell us a little about your childhood and tell us about your mother and father from Laos. I believe one is from Laos and one is Cambodia, correct?
Yeah.
So tell us about your childhood, man.
I just want to start off saying Sab-ID Takon. I know that my grandparents will probably be happy and proud of him.
Yeah.
But not my mom is Lao, my dad is Cambodian. So my grandparents, my mom, her 2 sisters and brother came to the US when my mom was about 8 or 9 years old, straight to Maine. And my mom had me at a young age. So basically I grew up with my grandparents up until maybe I would say 8th or 9th grade. And then I moved in with my uncle and aunt throughout high school. So growing up with my grandparents, I wasn't really able to go too far. only allowed to really like stick around my neighborhood. Luckily for me, there was a basketball court, and that's kind of all I really needed, you know. So every day, literally after school, I would go home, grab a ball, and go to the court till sundown, whether that be with my younger brother, a couple friends from the neighborhood, or majority of the time by myself, really, you know. So that was that. And then growing up with my uncle and aunt, it was pretty much the same thing where it was basketball. We all played basketball with a group of friends. If I wasn't playing with them, I'm playing with my friends. If my friends are off doing AAU or doing their thing, pretty much by myself at the court. So pretty much growing up in childhood was just really spent a lot of time at a basketball court.
Wow, that's
And
pretty
you
cool.
said you grew up in Maine. Where in Maine?
Yeah, Maine, Westbrook, Maine.
And like when with grandparents in Maine and with your aunt and uncle still in Maine, or did you
Yeah, so
move to a different part?
everybody was in Maine.
Okay.
Like I said, my mom was young when she had me, so my grandparents didn't think she was able to really, you know, raise a kid as she was a kid herself. So I basically grew up with my grandparents.
So when she came here, she was 8 or 9,
Yeah.
right? Okay. And then she had you. Can you tell us a little about your father?
He wasn't really in the picture.
Sorry to hear
So
that.
yeah, I can't really speak too much about that, but yeah.
Yeah.
Do you guys have any type of communication? Like, do you guys talk
Yeah,
at
yeah, we
all,
talk
or
a little bit here and there. We're trying to actually meet, so that would be nice. Um,
well, you
but
guys haven't met yet?
no, I don't
Okay.
remember really being with him. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
and
man.
he survived the Khmer Rouge and all that, and he's had his own battles. He was extremely supportive, Jose, while we were getting the paperwork together, though I will say,
Sure, for
and
sure.
responsive when I we needed some info from him for Jose to represent Laos one day.
Yeah, for sure. Hopefully, hopefully.
So that was cool.
What, you had to get both parents' permission, or?
They just need to document your identity on both sides, even the non-Lao parent.
Oh,
Like even for my
okay.
daughter, I had to send in everything about me.
Oh, wow.
In
Okay.
addition, you'd think they would only care about my wife, right? Because like she was the one born there, but no, they need to see like the whole picture. It's just their process because they're giving you a
Yeah.
passport, a legal ID. They just have to follow. It has to be compliant with Interpol, like international rules, so that they have a process we gotta follow, man. And but yeah, but oh, that's cool. So
Gotcha.
tell us. I mean, it sounds like basketball was kind of your outlet and your places as in your youth, man. Tell us about some of your accomplishments in high school playing.
So I mean, like you said, basketball was everything to me. I think I developed, you know, an obsession and love for the game very young. Um, and just, you know, it was just like one thing that I can, if no matter what was going on, the ups and downs, whatever the situation was, I knew once I stepped on the court, everything didn't matter anymore. Like I would go into my own world and, you know, just listen to the sound of the basketball or look how at the different ways the ball goes in the hoop. Like basketball was just a part of me. I can't really explain it, but it was just an outlet for sure. Felt free, you know, completely free. So
Who were your
high
idols?
idols.
Yeah, idols.
Growing up, AI was a guy, Allen Iverson,
Okay. Yeah.
small guy, very explosive. Another guy I looked up to was Michael Redd. I don't know if you're familiar with him.
Reddick. Yeah, Reddick.
No, Michael Redd, he played for Milwaukee,
Michael.
but he's a lefty shooter. Um,
Oh, okay. Wow. I should
yeah,
know. He's from Milwaukee. But
yeah, so there's a lot of people I admire and watch a lot. So yeah.
yeah, I'm sorry I interrupted you. You were talking about high school.
Yeah, so
Um,
high school career, like what were some of the highlights from that?
high school, I was a small, timid guy, so I didn't really do too much. I was just a point guard, really, facilitator. We had guys that were more advanced, I guess you would say.
Hmm.
So I didn't really do too much. I would say I was a late bloomer. Um, Going into college, that's where I kind of found myself. But in high school, I was just pure point guard. Made the right passes, played the right way, just high IQ player. So
Yeah. And then you went, I know because so that would explain why you went to community college first and played there, right?
yeah,
Tell us a bit about, is that where you kind of bloomed? Because you just killed it at the University of Maine.
yeah.
Um, so tell us kind of how you got to that point at the University of Maine and through the junior college side.
So the coach at SMCC, Matt Richards, shout out to him. He was the only coach that recruited me out of high school. So I went there and it was just a great experience. I went through some adversity and learned a lot. But the main thing was, classes and then basketball. So it was as much as I wanted to go play, I can go play. They had a shooting gun where I was locked in. Like that was my life. Like I was on the shooting gun every day, all day. Um, so I just developed into a better player by being in the gym.
Yeah, that's good. And then how did you get the attention of the University of Maine that you eventually went to?
So
Or Southern Maine? It was Southern Maine, right?
yeah,
University
University of Southern Maine.
University of Southern Maine, sorry.
Yeah,
Yeah.
really they're maybe 30 minutes away from each other.
Hmm.
So uh what I was able to do at SMCC, just carried on, and they was looking for a point guard at the time, and I had a year left, so I went on and played for them.
Okay. So it's almost like that community college is a great feeder program for that coach,
For
right?
sure.
Because it's in the same area. They
Yep.
could develop players at community college for that next level, like
Yeah.
you.
It was cool because both coaches allowed me to play free.
Hmm.
I think they trusted me in making the right plays and right passes. So it was good. It was good.
Yeah. Yeah. You certainly left your mark on the program there at Southern Maine,
Yeah.
for sure.
Well, tell us your transition then from college onto the pro level. How did that occur?
So after my last year at University of Southern Maine, I got an opportunity to be on a coaching staff. Um, that season allowed me to look at basketball in a whole different perspective that I wasn't used to, which was coaching. And that season, it was unfortunate because in my mind, I was um, still thinking about playing basketball, playing basketball. I want to play pro. I want to pursue my dreams, play, play, play. And I didn't give all my efforts to the team, which was unfortunate. But shortly after the season, working part-time, um, I had a conversation with a close friend of mine, my brother, my trainer, DOG, definition of greatness, where I told him I'm thinking about giving up basketball and stop pursuing my dream and to commit on a full-time job. And his response was like, no, just wait it out. You never know what could happen. Um, I need you to stay ready because if opportunity does come and you're not ready, then you're out of luck. Um, I would say maybe about 2 weeks later, he calls me up with an opportunity. He says, bro, I have an opportunity for you. And I was just shocked because we literally just talked about staying ready. Um, and he says, I'm speaking with an agent and the team is Luang Prabang. So what's the odds that my first contract was being able to play for my country? I told him right away, I didn't care about the salary, whatever, I'm there. And so basically that's how I started my pro career.
Yeah, and it's interesting because
Uh,
Bobby Syvanthong played there as well. And the reason, Jose, they would be interested in a person like you is in the level of league they're in the TBSL. Okay, you could have one import player. So
Yep.
that'd be like a foreign player from the U.S., right? College basketball player, whatever. That doesn't make the NBA, but they will allow you to have local players or heritage players. So a
Hmm.
heritage player does not go against the import quota, right? You can only have
Yep.
one import player on the court at a time or something, but heritage players are permitted. So if there's a Thai American, he could play on whatever Bangkok Tigers,
Yep.
right? Et
Yep.
cetera, et cetera. So your guys like you are valuable to them because you bring outside talent. Laos is a very small country,
Mhm.
but don't go against that quota that they
Yeah,
have
for
to
sure.
import players.
For
And
sure.
so it's a great place to get started, in the pros for somebody and a huge opportunity. So if anybody out there is listening, you're a Lao-American basketball player, that's an opportunity for you, just like Jose did potentially to go over there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
And
with
I
that,
Tell us about
yeah.
yeah, tell us about your relationship with Bobby, like how you guys met and you guys played together, correct?
Yeah, so I didn't know Bobby previously to when he came to Luang Prabang. He's a cool, super cool guy, off the court, respectful. Um, on the court, it was very easy. The chemistry was like there from the start. Just because he was a high IQ player, um, did everything to win the game, all the little things. You know, he didn't shoot the best, but he would go and get offensive rebound under the trees against 2 7-footers. He's up there with them, grabbing the rebounds, um, able to collapse the paint, kick. He was just a smart player. So playing with Bobby, I hope that we can play again because we have unfinished business. And yeah.
Cool.
That's awesome. So what was it? I mean, because you had never been to Laos, I take it, right? I mean, I know you have heritage from there, but until you played for Lumpong, was that the first time you set foot in that country?
Yep.
Yeah. What was that like, sort of rediscovering that side of yourself that you never knew, probably?
It's shocking really because growing up I really didn't go around the United States as well. Like I really just stayed in Maine. I didn't go anywhere too far. So going to Thailand, Laos, it was just, a whole new world. But it was beautiful, at the same time. Get to really see everybody, how they live, the culture, the young generation, the kids playing, how excited they are. It was it was amazing.
Yeah,
How
that's
old were
awesome.
you at the time when you went to Laos? How old were you?
Oh, 20, I would say 25.
Okay.
Yeah,
What,
25.
do you see a difference? Do you see a difference between like playing college and playing for the United States and then playing in Laos in front of like your native countrymen? Was there a difference in how in response you got? Did they like welcome you and even though you're from the States or were they kind of distant? How was it like
I
playing in
think,
Laos versus playing in the States?
yeah, for sure. I think they was very welcoming. I mean, they was just they were happy because they knew one, I was Laos. So regardless if I was from America or not, I'm still Lao. Um, doing things that they watch on YouTube, you know what I'm saying? Um, for them to develop their game, they get to see it in person. Like that's me, you know what I'm saying? I'm the same person as him. I could do that. So to just be there and to inspire and motivate them was a good feeling.
Yeah, and
Nice.
you're from like Maine is kind of a cold,
Super
mild
cool.
summer, cold winters, and Laos is like the opposite. It's like sweltering heat sometimes. And how
Yeah.
was it just adapting to playing over there? Were you?
Um, it wasn't it wasn't much to adapt to. It just came with everything. I think I love the warm, you like you said, Maine is super cold, so any chance I could get in a warm weather, I'm taking it.
Yeah, it's cool.
Did the team take care of your housing, like where you lived and all that?
Yes,
Car or
they took care of accommodation and flights.
okay.
We didn't get a car, but everything was so close that you didn't need a vehicle.
Yeah, you can take the tuk-tuks.
Yeah, that took place in the BTS.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. And then you guys actually during the season, didn't you live in Bangkok? Is
yeah.
that where,
So
and you were, yeah. Tell
yeah.
us a little bit about how it was, I guess.
So yeah, we didn't play in Laos. We just had training camp right before the season. We would all go there um and train there for a couple weeks. And then we would go to Bangkok and live in Bangkok and play there. So it was a cool experience. The imports and the heritage player would stay in Bangkok, and Coach Yoke and the Lao players would go back and forth.
Hmm.
So practice, it would just be three of us, three or four of us, and we would just shoot around and talk about game plans and how we want to play. And then everybody else would come right before the day before the game. So it was challenging, but the main guys kind of had an understanding of how to play.
Yeah. And I believe Bobby told us you guys were roommates for a while too, right?
Yeah, one season we was roommates.
Yeah. That
Yeah.
must that must have been cool. A lot of fun and um, stuff like that. Well, so tell us when you played in the TBSL, what was your proudest moment? When you were representing Luang Prabang, I should say, because I know you played for other teams as well. But
Um,
John, you want to explain TBSL, like
oh,
the
sure,
meaning?
yeah. Just I'm sorry, I use acronyms because it's the Thai Basketball Super League. So although it is a Thai league, there are a few teams from outside Thailand, such as Luang Prabang. So Luang Prabang is the club that sort of represents all of Laos in the Thai Basketball Super League or the TBSL. And I believe there's a few other non-Thai teams as well, but there's also teams like the Bangkok Tigers that Jose had the opportunity to also play on for a while. Um, local Thai teams as well in that league. So it's kind of the main league in Thailand, I guess is
yeah.
a good way to put it. The main basketball league in Thailand.
Yeah. So my proudest moment,
Yep.
which is I feel like I accomplished a lot in my basketball career. Um, Collected a few accolades along the way, but my proudest moment were probably, just representing Laos. It's not me, it's all of Laos, it's my family. Um, um, Team Luang Prabang, Coach Yoke, Cam, Pikung, great people, very caring people, and just helped me a lot along the way, and I'm very thankful for them forever.
That's
So
good.
pretty much just playing for my country would be my proudest moment.
Good.
Tell us how that works. How many months did you spend playing in Laos, and how many months were you back in the States? You're still a U.S. citizen, right? Like they didn't
Yeah.
grant you like dual citizenship or anything.
No dual citizenship, just US. So I would
Was
spend
there a limit on how long you can stay in Laos at a time? I thought there was like, I don't know,
Well, he
three
was in
months, six
Thailand,
months.
Co. There is. You were
yeah,
mostly in Thailand, right? As far as the bulk of
yeah,
the time.
yeah,
Oh,
But
okay.
but even there, you have to leave and come back after so long, probably, right?
yeah, yeah.
But
So
you just
pretty
go
much,
across the border and come back.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So pretty much that was it. That was 3 months. You could spend 3 months in Thailand. And you had to fly out and come back in. So that's pretty much what every import did. Um, I would spend they would have two seasons there, the TBSL and the TBL, the Thailand Basketball League, which is just teams that are in Thailand. So I would play in both. So I might stay there for 6 or 7 months, maybe 8 months, and then come back home and then see what happens from there.
So you spent about 8 months up there and like 4 months back. Like a typical year would be 8 months there and four
Mhm.
here.
Mhm.
Wow.
This previous this previous year, I stayed the whole year because there was so much going on. There was the TBSL, the TBL, and also, 3x3 has been uh, blowing up. So
Oh,
played 3x3 there as well. So yeah, spent at least a year there last year.
yeah. Well, so this basketball dream has taken you. not just back to Laos and Thailand, but kind of around the world, right?
Yeah.
Tell us about some of the other countries you've had the opportunity to play in.
Man, like you said, it's a dream come true, just being able, like I said before, I've never seen myself really traveling the world. So being able to go to Armenia or uh Indonesia, Malaysia, they're all different and special in their own way. And just being able to experience, the food, meeting new people, and we're all so far apart, but we have this common, interest in basketball, which is uh, a great thing. So it's definitely a blessing that I'm able to travel the world and play basketball.
So you played in Armenia, right? Of all places. What was that like? I've honestly never been there, and I'm sure you haven't, go. So
No, I barely
Um,
know where it is.
it's it's small, not much really going on.
Well, it's the Middle East, right?
mm,
I, excuse me
Caucasus, I guess. It's kind of like
for
between the Middle East and Russia, like, right? It's like
Yeah,
yeah, I don't know how to describe it or I don't know what it'd be considered, but
it's near Georgia and Turkey, I think.
that's Eastern
yeah,
Europe then.
yeah, I think they would call that region the Caucasus, like
Okay.
in the Caucasus Mountains. But yeah, Eastern
Oh,
Europe,
yeah.
Western Middle East. I don't know, right on the border, basically. Yeah.
Yeah.
See. Now I know how people feel when I tell them, well, Laos is like right next to Thailand and Vietnam and all that. So
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. But what was it like playing there? The people, the culture.
The people were great. It was small, so everybody kind of knew everybody. Um, Basketball wise, I would say it was challenging because there was a lot going on behind the scenes. That season particularly was it was okay season, but it just everything didn't go as planned, I would say. The whole season kind of just there was a lot going on, games being postponed and stuff. So there was just a lot going on. I wish everybody the best over there. So
Yeah, yeah, just they had a lot to get, I guess, get organized around and stuff like that, huh?
yeah,
That's cool. Well, man, what does the future hold for you?
that's a good question. I believe the best has yet to come. Um, just continue to stack days. Hopefully represent Lao and on the big stage. Um, and just push my basketball career as far as I can. Um, Branch out into other things and just, become a better person pretty much. Uh, but yeah, I really hope that one day I can represent Lao in the Sea Games. Um, that's pretty much it.
Yeah. So we're gonna
so
work
John,
on that.
was
Yeah.
basketball in the Sea Games
Oh
this
yeah, it
past year?
was. So it
Okay.
was, but so the difference between playing for Luang Prabang and the TBSL and playing on the national team is to play in the TBSL, you do not have to be an actual citizen or passport holder of the country. You just have to have
Okay.
heritage there. They don't make you don't have to be a national to be considered a heritage player. To play on the Lao national team, it's the same as being on the US national team. You actually have to have a passport. So that's the difference. That's why Jose couldn't just go from Team Luang Prabang and fly to this Cambodia with us and be part of the national team. Um, so we started the process for him, but it was unfortunately a little too late. Just it's a
Gotcha.
long legal process. It takes time. There's a lot of documentation and things like that. We just weren't able to pull it off before the last Sea Games. We tried to get him and Bobby through kind of at the last minute. So
Okay.
it just didn't happen. But we're not abandoning the effort. We got plenty of time, Jose. It's the next
Yeah.
one's in December 2025. So hopefully, the plan for that is that we We get a few basketball players on the roster, him, maybe Bobby.
That's almost 2 years, right?
It's almost 2 years.
Almost two
Yeah,
years. Okay.
exactly. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
a lot of
almost two
time.
years
A lot of
away.
time.
Yeah, so that would be that's the plan. So barring any hiccups and things like that, hopefully that dream will come true. You'll be over there, Bobby will be there, I'll be there again with my daughter and coaching the swim team again, and we'll have a nice crew, Dawson, Syvanthong maybe one more time, and the rest of the crew. So that's the dream.
Yeah, that would be amazing. That would be amazing.
Yeah, yeah, that's the dream for sure. Well, good.
So hey, Bobby, any advice you can
Hold
give
on,
to
hold
any
on.
like
You said Bobby,
oh,
Co.
I'm sorry,
I'm
Jose.
out.
Well, we kept on saying Jose. You were saying Bobby. My bad. I apologize, Jose.
No, it's
So
okay.
yeah, any advice? Good catch though. Any advice you can give to like a young Lao athlete growing up, whether he's in the States or where he's in Laos? What kind of advice would you give? Someone that has your dream, like has this desire to be, or not even a pro basketball player, a pro athlete. What kind of
Yeah.
advice could you give them?
Um, One thing I heard recently was, what if things could turn out better than you can imagine? I thought that was powerful and really stuck with me. Because a lot of times we get down on ourselves and we may want to quit or do this. But if you ask that question to yourself, I think that lights a fire under you, gives you some motivation. But uh my advice would be one, to believe in yourself. It starts with you, not nobody around you, not your family, friends. As long as you believe in yourself, anything is possible. Two, see yourself, whatever it is that you want to do, see yourself doing it at the highest level possible. Like really focus and imagine and visualize yourself doing that every day. And three would be just work, grind, grind, and grind. I think that's the most important. Like if you don't put in the work, then none of it is possible. Um, I think you got to grind for everything. Yeah, just I think that work ethic alone will set you in a good spot. So believe in yourself, see yourself doing it, and just grind for it. I think those.
Because man, like great advice. Because basically, you've had some adversity, right? I mean, growing up, you had people had to say, I mean, like the non-Asian people had to say, yeah, you can't be no basketball player. What are you, Laos? You don't even know where you're from. You're short or this or that, right? You had to. I mean, maybe sometimes maybe your own family would say, well, you're not big like them. So I'm sure you had to go through that, right?
For sure. For sure. Like I said before, I was very small in high school, very timid, very shy. Um,
I mean, how tall were you when you were playing? Like, how tall were you when you played in high school and college pros right now?
so I was very, very small. I think I might have grown 6 or 7 inch my senior year.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah. So that kind of helped helped me a lot. But you know, like you said, a lot of adversity. Everybody around me, um, the top guys going to big schools, D1 schools. Um, Me, getting recruited by only one coach, going to community college, D3, and then still trying to pursue playing pro, getting older, and everybody telling you, I think it's time to give up. I think it's time to
Mm. Yeah,
really
I heard
get a
that a lot.
full-time job. Yeah, get a
Yeah,
full-time job, but
yeah.
never gave up.
Yeah, so you're kind of like the Lao Scotty Pippen, because that's his story. He grew like 6 or 7 inches
Yeah,
after I think like during college or something.
yeah.
So he
So
only played for
how
some
tall are
small
you?
school.
How tall are you?
Right now I'm 6'2".
Man, that's tall for Laotian,
Yeah.
right, John? That's tall. I mean, that's tall for
I'm six
Laotian.
two, man. So
Well, you're
sometimes I
half.
sometimes I think I'm Lao, right? So good
You're
enough.
half. You're half Lao. You're half Lao.
Yeah, yeah.
And I don't
You
I don't
think
know
you're
where I got my height from because everybody in my family are really short. and I just tower everybody. So it was
Yeah,
just
man. Like when we
lucky.
see someone like 5'10", 5'11", Laotian, like, man, you're big. So I can only imagine 6'2". So
Yeah,
yeah.
That food they got up in Maine, man.
yeah.
Yeah.
6'2", Laotian with a name Jose. So I don't know what's going on.
All right, yeah. Okay, my bad, man. But I thought when John told me about you, I thought you were like half Mexican and half Lao because
Yeah,
lots of. So
for
tell
sure.
us, how did you get the name Jose?
So pretty much my mom, you heard of the baseball player Jose Canseco?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay, yeah,
Yeah,
okay,
so
okay.
she got that name from him basically. She picked that
Uh,
name.
that makes sense. That makes sense.
So yeah, I'm one of one, the first Spanish name, first Asian with a Spanish name. So
Yeah,
Well, no,
yeah, man.
Filipinos. I've met some Filipino Jose's, but
Yeah, yeah,
they got kind of a Spanish heritage, I guess.
yeah, yeah,
yeah. But that threw me off for the longest time. I was like, damn, this like he's half Mexican, half Lao, and he's still Lao, right? But
And
it was
as I
like,
told you, I said, "Co, no, Joe thought that." I said he's half Cambodian. He's not.
yeah,
He's
yeah,
got
because when
no
yeah,
Spanish. Yeah.
yeah, when John sent me the interview questions, it said, your parents were from Laos and Cambodia. I was like, well, where's the? I thought he was Mexican. Hey, now wait, AJ Wong Punch John, he's half Latino,
Yes.
right? He's half
Yeah, his
Mexican,
mom
right? Okay,
Mexican. Yeah.
okay, yeah. Are you familiar with AJ, man? He plays football for Utah, linebacker.
I may have seen him. Yeah, I may
Uh,
have seen him. Yeah,
that's a big dude too. That's a big
yeah.
dude. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, cool. Well, great, Jose, man. We appreciate you coming on and sharing your journey. We wish you a lot of luck in the future, man. We hope to see you in Thailand in 2025 as well. And we're excited to hear where basketball takes you from here and where life takes you as well. So, Co, any final parting words before we wrap up?
Hey, real quick, Jose, how can our listeners follow you on social media?
So I'm on Instagram at Stay Solid Zay. That's pretty much the only social media I have really. Or Facebook.
How do you spell that? Stay solid.
StaySolidzay.
Oh, ZAY. Okay, ZAY. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Cool.
that's cool.
Yeah, I appreciate you guys having me on. I love what you guys do, shedding light and showing recognition to, the Lao-American athletes. Um, and John, try to help me out behind the scenes. So I appreciate you, and hopefully we could do a second interview because this one I felt a little nervous. So uh, I
Yeah, we
appreciate
can
you.
come up with some more. We can come up with some more questions in
Yeah,
part
yeah.
two. Like again, maybe we can get deeper in like the adversity parts of it. Like I was never like me. If you know about me, I was pretty open about everything. Like my addictions, my alcoholism, drug use. Dealing with the racism and all that. So I mean, I'm older now, so I'm a little comfortable talking about it. But when I was competing, no, I wouldn't talk about that at all because I thought it would have backlash. But that's one thing about being retired is you can pretty much say everything that you need to say without being punished.
Yeah.
That's true. Great. Well, folks, thanks for tuning in for another episode of the C4 podcast. Please like, follow, share the show with your friends. We'd appreciate it. And we're out. The C4 podcast is brought to you by the Lao-American Sports Hall of Fame. Visit us on the web at laoamericansports.com, celebrating the first, inspiring the next.